Okay guys, welcome to my tutorial how to use my engine, PQNEngine. We'll create it from very first beginning. Let's open Visual Studio. We are going to create a project. I'm gonna call my guide. I'm gonna save it on my desktop just to be sure it is as quick as I can access it. Okay, so let's talk about an engine. It used to create a window console that can displays many blocks or with color and Unicode chart. So you don't need to care about how to write a buffer, how to write movement. You just create a sprite and let an engine do all it works. So let's get started. I'm gonna add an existing item. Wait, I put my engine here. It's very simple. After creating a project, it is here. You can just take the engine. It's only a header file, a single header file, no additional library, so you can use it easily. Here you can go to project, add existing item, and welcome back. Sorry for interrupting. You just need to add a header file. Okay, so let's create our main file. main. Okay, cool. Stream. Actually, we don't need it. You just need to include my engine. Then we need a main function. It will return 0. Okay, now how to use engine? You just create a class called my guide. You can name it whatever you want. It will inherit my PQNEngine class at public. There you go. You can just compile it now. It will send you an error. Sorry. I have to change it to executable mode and change my project to Unicode. Yes, Unicode, and make sure that SDK version is 10 or higher. Okay, apply that now. Okay, you can my guide game. Okay, should be sure that you can run game. You need to see, it's called pure virtual function. User construct and update must be overridden. So I'm gonna override that. Virtual user update. This user construct okay, return true, and user update, it take double delta time, it return true also. Okay, so now my game has game.start. The default constructor, it is a default constructor also. So my guide engine, it takes wide height, font wide, font height. So I just need to create a console that window that 100 by 50, and the font size is 16 by 16. I left that. Yeah, so now I can just run it. It will close immediately because it won't close. Yeah, see, the FPS in debug mode is around it's of flickering, but around 500. So if you return false, the program will close immediately because it is false. Is nothing to do with it. So return to. Let's create a sprite. If you have no idea about C++, about OOP, object-oriented programming, you can see this is as your program. You can declare a variable. You can declare a struct, character. You can create a class here too. Yeah, and let's get things to work. I'm gonna create a sprite. Here I have PQNSprite, rectangle sprite, line sprite, circle sprite, and animation sprite. This is very fun, animation sprite. I will show you later on. I'm gonna create a PQN. I'm gonna draw a circle sprite. I call that ball. Testing ball. Actually, it should be a pointer because we are gonna know that testing ball equal to new PQN circle sprite. It takes in a radius. I'm gonna create a 5 and a color order. An order mean the higher order, the most top it will appear on screen. It means if you want it to be a background, you will set its order to 0, and if you want it to be a character, you should set order to 5 or 10 depending on your game. I'm gonna set it is default is 0. I'm gonna set radius to 5. Actually I want 10 more. Okay, after you creating a sprite, you can just compile it. Here, let's talk about the axis. It is not a circle. I'm gonna fix this after I release the video, so don't be worried. You see the circle is now displaying on the screen. Close it. Maybe we want actually we use new operator, so we need to delete that. I have a function called virtual user destruct. This will call whenever the program is killing itself, even if you press the next button. Delete testing. Okay, so if you want a ball to follow your cursor, it's just like every frame. This is get called every frame. So you want this testing ball to set position to get world mouse position. Let's try compile it. That's an error. Like I must return a value. Oh, I'm sorry. This return true means that the program is permitted terminating. And if it is false, the program will run again. Rerun. Okay, see? The circle is now following my cursor. I don't have many codes. See? I don't have many codes. If I want to press escape to terminate my program, so I just like it there. F keyboard. It used to access keyboard. we use VK virtual key state. We can use escape. Okay, we have 3 state: held, pressed, or released. When it's pressed, return false. The program will terminate. Let's try. I have a ball here. It is displaying in real time. If I press escape, yes, the program terminated. I have a little bug here. The console is looking, but just don't care that. I fix it later. Okay, suppose you want to create you can access a keyboard like this. If keyboard, you can set every key in your keyboard, like key R. It returns 3 state. If you wanna press Control T to terminate, you can just like this, press and keyboard VK T key T dot pressed. The program will terminate, return false. Let's try. If I press escape, it will not terminate. If I press Control T, wait a minute. Sorry, it is escape and T, so I press T and escape at the same time. Yes, it's terminate. So I have many functions to let's talk about access. In ConsoleEngine, the access is this access is Y and this access is X. But in my engine, in ConsoleEngine, this is 0 and 0. But in my engine, this is Y and this is X as normal math coordinates, and this is E0. Assuming that this is your console window, this is title bar, this is X button, so this is origin 00. And okay, let's leave it there. As I want to create an animation. Yeah, I can leave that ball. This is interesting. If you want to put the ball to inactive, you can testing ball active equal to false. If you want the ball to interact, to be anything but don't want it to be visible, you can testing ball visible equal to false. Okay, it's done. Now I'm gonna create a PQN. I'm gonna call it AnimationSprite. Do not touch this, because it is like, if you understand it, you should use it after reading my code, but you shouldn't use this. Use AnimationSprite instead of animation. I'm gonna call it a ghost because my friend draw a ghost. Okay, so this is great. I have a ghost. I can if you know about state machine, you should if you don't know anything about state machine, you should go and discover it, because it is simple. I'm going to use state, PQN state, PQN animation. It is in state here. I'm going to create a state called idle, called idle. It should be idle. Yeah, just like that. I'm gonna initialize it. Idle dot construct state. This, let's read it. This state name must not be existed or empty. This function works once, means once you have called this and this return true, then it will never work again. So be careful. Construct state, I'm gonna call this idle, and string animation path, I will leave as a let me show you an animation file. An animation file is like a sprite file. You just like where is it? I stored it in the projects. I think it is in V1. Yeah, Ghost. I have many of animation here, but it has one type of name defining. Let's put it in my guide. My guide. Let's create a in Ghost. Okay. Let's see. An animation with .anim0 will be the first file, and the 6 will be the final file. I have many states I have created here. It is either anim0. Let's see. Ghost slash either. Is it correct? Is it correct? Oh my god. I always forgot the name. Either.anim0. anim0. It must be anim0 because if you put in anim1 it will not work. If you put like this it will not work. It is only work with anim0. And what we take here is time per frame. It is default. Just leave it as default. Okay, why is it? This is string, not y string. Okay, we have state here, so we can initiate our ghost equal to new PQNAnimationSprite. Okay, we will leave it. I can ghost at root state. Once again, if you don't know anything about state machine, you should learn it. It is called state machine. Add root state. It will take in either add root. Okay, I'm gonna delete ghost after using it. Okay, let's compile. Just compile. I hope it works. See, it's a ghost here, and it is a running animation. Cool. Let's make this state to be faster. No, it is here. It is time per frame default is 0.07, I guess. Just try. It's kinda 0.1. It should be faster. It should be faster, or I will fix my machine. Yeah, I'm gonna fix my machine. Sorry for that. I'm gonna fix it later, but just keep it like that. I'm gonna create a state. Begin animation state. Jumping. Just jump. I'm gonna initialize that jump dot construct state jump. It is ghost jump dot anim0. I guess leave it as default. And okay, this is fun. If you wanna transfer from one state to another state, you need a translation. So I create idle.create translation. The destination state will be jumped, and the condition is I can use lambda function like that. I want to if the player return player running jumping, it will turn to state return to jumping. So I create a variable called jumping. Initialize is false. And if you translate to jump, you need to translate from jump to idle back. So jump dot create translation idle. I can use lambda function once more. This is return if it is not player jumping, so return to idle. Nice. And I can leave that. I can jump if keyboard vk space dot held. I'm gonna jump player jumping equal to true, else player jumping will be false. Let's try it now. I'm in idle, I jumped. Yeah, see, I'm idle, I press space, I jump. I'm at idle, I press space, I jump. See, it's nice. Okay, we're done about and this construct state return true if it exists and false if it cannot find a file path, or you're in you name the same state or something. We are done with state. Now we'll talk about we have sprite. We have sprite, right? You can load a sprite. Let's delete this. I'm gonna put this guy directly to, and I won't put anything. Let's create a circle sprite. I can create a PQNSprite. I can, like ghost itself. It should be pointer. Delete this. I go ghost equal to new PQNSprite. It can take in file path. Here, if you look closely here, this animation file just a sprite file. I can take one because I named 3 to outside. See, I can change. I can take that name and turn it to sprite here in order to be visible. So if I run, if you load a ghost, see, this is just a file, a sprite, not an animation sprite. So you can play around with it. Like yeah, the most interesting part is I just want to ghost set position to PQN, no, get world mouse position, and yeah, leave it like that. As I initialize it, here it follow my console. It's pretty good, yeah, but it is you must know the relative coordinates. This is world coordinates, but each sprite, like our ghost sprite, has its own coordinates. Like in my example, this is its origin is landing around here. So I must, but its anchor is here because I will set it. I set its anchor to ghost, set anchor to anchor center, and now my anchor is here. I need to subtract that to move my my origin to here. Like it is my mathematic fact, so just do it. Subtract ghost, get anchor. Let's see if it works. Sorry, mouse cursor return point 2D, but get cursor return vector, so you cannot subtract that. I can turn this to vector. PQN math vector, in my PQN math namespace, I support PQN math vector and PQN math. Just try this. I have an e constant, pi constant, I have point 2D, I have matrix, I have degree to radian, and radian to degree convert, I have vector. Okay, this is good. You don't have to create a vector your own because I have already created one much more effective. Let's just try run. See, now my ghost is in middle. It is cute, right? It's very cute, but it is like a scaling horizontally. I will like original 16 by 8 height. Let's see, 8 height. Of what? It is so small. Just leave it at 60. I will fix that later. So many bugs, but I promise when I release this, it will have no bugs at all. It's cute, right? I forget. Even if it is animation, you can set its position as once. It can be rotated too, but rotation is bad because it is console. Set rotation to 90 degree, I guess. Set rotation, I should put it to constructor. It is rotated 90 degree. Nice. But be careful with the rotating because it is very bad. Okay, this is just a simple guide about how to use my engine. You have basic idea because at first this will be called, then this will be called every frame, and if this returns false, it will call this user destruct, then it will terminate the class. So it's all. There's. Please request me if you need anything. If you need to ask anything, my I will put my Gmail address so you can ask me or message me through Facebook. I will reply when I can. Goodbye. Good luck to you. Thanks for using my engine.